Shalom, all praises to Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahushai, Ba'asham Rakar Kadash, double honors unto the apostles and elders of GreatMillStone who rule well, and shalom to the whole elect. This is Prophecy and News, and this is from the RT, website, and the article reads, Trump uses NATO to police disloyal Europeans. Okay, so I'm going to read this article and then grab some scriptures. The growing rift, remember that, the growing rift in the transatlantic alliance is set to blow wide open after US President Trump used a top-level meeting with NATO this week to blast Germany and other European members for being disloyal. This is all prophecy in the Bible, okay? Sounding like a mafia don, Trump warned that such NATO members will be dealt with. Jeez. Speaking in the Oval Office, Trump's a real cowboy, man. He's coming in that real American spirit, because or if you don't know, Europe has a more prim and proper way of dealing with matters. Okay, so called, but America is more just gun ho cowboys. So and really Trump presents that spirit the best. That's why he got elected into office. Okay, because he's coming in that true American spirit. That's why his caption or his slogan for his whole campaign was "Make America Great Again," because he's coming in that old Wild West, by the gun, establishing the land type of spirit, real gun ho, and the Edomite spirit of rulership of the earth by way of the sword. Speaking in the Oval Office along with NATO Secretary General Jens Stoltenberg, Trump resorted to his usual gripe about unfair burden sharing of military spending in the alliance. The US president has long rebuked other NATO members for not meeting the alliance spending target of 2% of GDP. And Trump's about his money, so he's a businessman, so he's trying to get to that guap. All right. Turning to former Norwegian Prime Minister Stoltenberg, Trump said with menacing tone, "I think you will be able to handle the ones that aren't spending enough, right?" Reads on, but Trump raised the rancor stakes even higher by insisting that NATO members, which are lagging in their purported annual contribution, are not loyal. Which, if you have an agreement, they ain't loyal to that agreement because they're meant to be spending what it is. So he ain't saying nothing wrong. But this is just prophecy in the Bible. Praising 7 members of NATO that do reach the 2% military spending target, he named Poland, Romania, Lithuania, Latvia, Estonia, Greece, and Britain. Funny, the 2 that are really from the original establishment of NATO, I believe, are Greece and Britain. I know Britain for a fact. Trump said, I believe, Trump said some countries are loyal, some countries aren't. In particular, the president turned his ire on Germany, what he claimed was a long-standing shortfall in financial contribution to NATO. But it was what Trump said next that gave his tirade against Berlin and other low-spending NATO members a sinister edge. In addition to that, they are, quoting Germany, buying massive amounts of gas from Russia, paying billions and billions of dollars, something we will discuss. Think about that. NATO has been intensifying warnings of Russia as a security threat to Europe. It has recently upped the ante by implementing a policy of enhanced forward presence, whereby increased NATO deployments along Russia's western frontier are taking on a more offensive capability. In its anti-Russia outlook, NATO is fully reflecting what the Trump administration has been articulating in several policy papers, labeling Russia along with China as a greater threat than terrorism. Okay? And that's really a threat on their money because the petrol dollar, all right? And obviously, the petrol, that's their bread, In short, Russia is an enemy. By Trump's contradictions over Russiagate and his stated desire to get along with Russia. Okay. And I'm gonna jump into the scriptures because you can read through the rest of this article, but more or less the point is there's I haven't read through this, but the point is there's tensions brewing up between NATO, okay, which is the North Atlantic Treaty Organization founded by America, okay. They basically got tension going on. Why? Because they got tension going on because it's lucky. Just bear with me one moment. They got tension brewing up because of prophecy. That's really it, ultimately. All right. Actually, let me search for the scripture. Games. Fucking hell. All right. I'll just believe I know. Remember where it is. 2. All right. This is Daniel's 2:40. And the fourth kingdom shall be strong as iron. For as much as iron breaketh in pieces and subdueth all things, and as iron breaketh all things, shall it break in pieces and bruise. We're talking about, this is a prophecy in the book of Daniel that's speaking on the Roman Empire, okay, which ruled during a time, okay, then they fell down and went into the Dark Ages. You had the Holy Roman Empire, which is part of the Dark Ages, when so-called black people, or the 3 tribes that were left over in Jerusalem, being Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, subdued the known world at that time, being which the known world to East, as Esau tells you today, was really they subdued Europe, Africa to a great portion, the coastline and the west coast, and also the Middle East, and going on further down into Asia, dealing with the samurai. Okay, and that was during the Dark Ages. But basically, the fourth kingdom that ruled was Rome, and then there was a resurgence. And this is what verse 41 is speaking on. All right, and whereas thou sawest the feet and toes, part of potter's clay and part of iron, okay, still had that remnant of strength representing the Roman Empire, channeling that same spirit. The kingdom shall be divided, but there shall be in it of the strength of the iron, for as much as thou sawest the iron mixed with miry clay. So there's going to be some form of strength in it, but there's going to be that weakness as well, and the weakness being the pigs. Because today, as I'm going to get into in Revelations 17th chapter, we're in the time of the beast, okay, with the 7 heads and 10 horns, being 10 of the horns being weak, okay, in the Europe, 10 these nations that are weak are Portugal, Ireland, Italy, Greece, and Spain. All right, they're that miry clay. And as the toes of the feet were part of iron and part of clay, so the kingdom shall be partly strong and partly broken. All right, as it is now. And whereas thou sawest iron mixed with miry clay, they shall mingle themselves with the seed of men, but they shall not cleave one to another, even as iron is not mixed with miry clay. And as we see when we look at the point I pointed out, that initially was that the growing rift in the transatlantic alliance. So there's a growing rift between them, okay? And that's because Trump, like a mafioso Don, is basically, leaning on them for his money. Okay, he's saying you better pay what you owe because we're kicking up what we need to, what we ought to, and you guys aren't. Okay, so it reads on. Okay, and in these days these kings shall the God of heaven set up a king. And in these days of these kings shall the God of heaven, the power of heaven, set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed, and the kingdom shall not be left to other people. Okay, that's the point. So now I want to move on, progress to Revelations 17. I'll just go there and we'll work out. Okay, this is Revelation 17:12. And the 10 horns which thou sawest are 10 kings, and they receive no kingdom as yet, but receive power as kings, 1 hour with the beast. And that's talking about the original treaty that was founded under the name of the European Economic Community. All right, we had 10 nations, 10 original nations with the 10 horns. Okay, which are part of the beast, 7 heads being NATO. Okay, these have one mind that shall give their power and strength unto the beast. Okay, so they all gave their power unto who? America, man. And that was done after on the North Atlantic Treaty Organization after World War II. The power was established. America was a superior nation on the earth by way of, the dominance of World War II and by by way of finance. Okay, they came out on top. Okay, these shall I want to skip down to verse 16. And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore. So the whore denotes America. Okay, because America is that whore that saith upon the beast and basically has control, but basically is a whore because why? It lays down with many nations. Basically, if you pay the right price, man, you get a piece of that box, man. That's how America is. And shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. How's that going to be done? That's going to be done as it tells you in Revelations 18:8. Therefore shall a plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire, for strong is the Lord power who judgeth her. Okay, and that's going to be done by who? They're the nations that are at one with America, which it tells you in Obadiah 1:7. Okay, all the men of thy confederacy. What confederacy? The joining together of NATO and the EU. All these different nations have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him. Okay, so that's what's bound to happen, man. Alright, verse 17. For the Most High have put in their hearts to fulfill his will and to agree. Okay, as it told you in Daniel's 2nd chapter, that they'll cleave to, they will join, basically they'll mingle themselves together, but they won't cleave together. That's why you even have the Brexit. And that's why you have this rising tension with NATO NATO under the the rulership of Trump, because this is that prophecy being brought to effect. And give their kingdom to the beast until the words of the Most High shall be fulfilled. And that's what they're doing. Right now, the words of the Most High, slowly but surely, if you see it, if you understand this prophecy, you can see that it's being fulfilled. There's going to be a breaking point. Even it shows you Germany's got in bed with Russia because they're getting their gas and their energy supplies from Russia. So there's and then when you really check it out, NATO is an extension of America, is for the safeguarding of America. It'll be more. You just can see how the Lord's word is where it is, man. I ain't gonna make it sound like, yeah, because of this, that, and the other. No, it's written in the book, and it's gonna happen, man. But you can also see, if you look, you can see how the tension is mounting up, and how, as a sign, you can see it's gonna happen very soon, as to where these nations are gonna flip, and alongside Russia are gonna start bombing America, man. When that time is after the time of the chip being implemented, the famine of hearing the word, okay, the famine in general, all these other plays that are written inside of the book, man. And the woman which thou sawest in it is that great city which reigneth over the kings of the earth. Okay, so man, with that, pray you're edified. Shalom.